Hey, welcome back, guys. Week 2 of New to Life Cycle Insights onboarding. This is a weekly call and is recurring. So if you missed week 1, we are going to come back to it in March. If you need help with recordings and whatnot, how to find the recordings for this, it will be in welcome, and then on the help button on the bottom right here, and type in welcome.
Hello.
Hello.
Hi.
Hi.
Oh, this is Rob. How are you?
I'm well. How are you?
I'm good.
Good. Good. This is New to Life Cycle Insights. Do you know if you're supposed to be here or?
Yeah, I'm supposed to be here.
Okay. Okay, so I was just explaining from the help button, type in welcome, New to Life Cycle Insights, welcome right here. And these are week 1 to week 5. We won't have a week 5 again until March, end of March. And that's the bonus episode for Scheduler, Report Builder, and then a bonus episode for Quality QBRs Quick. So like I said, we are on Build a Budget today. A couple of other things for you to find help. Contact us button right here, submit a ticket, take a screenshot, upload files, stuff that you need help for and whatnot. Last thing, we did have new updates. So if you look at this bell with the with exclamation point, we have a new primary integration for Ninja. We have a new dashboard tile for Report Locker, and we have Headlines now. Headlines has a great view of your expiring contracts, business reviews, the latest assessment, and EOL assets not linked to recommendation. We are going to make changes on that. That's actually looking at warranty expiration instead of end of life. So we might have another another tab right here, EOL. This EOL. So they might have changed it, which is great because we just reported that yesterday. Awesome. This is your onboarding task right here by your name on the index card looking view. Most of this stuff is actually has to be manually pressed. Most of it or some of it is automatic. So please, if you are having problems with your onboarding, check that checklist first, and then hopefully that can help you go wherever you need to go. And if not, my Calendly is on the chat. Please reach out, and I'll get you a one-on-one onboarding for that. Sorry. Okay. All right. Okay. So last week we talked about data quality, and that data quality is actually imperative as far as building a budget, because we get the budget dollars from end of life for your devices. Why are we building a budget? For total cost of ownership. So you can actually present to your client the budgets that need to be, the budgets that need to be paid, and or the recommendations that you need to do, and to be proactive and consultative with your budgets. So this positions you to be a strategic partner for your customers. There are 3 components to set that budget, and we're going to cover those today. Those are first and foremost is assets, secondly is contracts, and thirdly is recommendations. We're not going to deep dive on recommendations because it has its own week on week 4. Week 3 next week will be all about assessments. Any questions so far as budgets and asset list and data cleanup? I'll take that as a no. No questions. I like it. Awesome. So I'm going to go ahead and open the asset list real quick. All right. From here, assets. Oh, sorry. Okay. Assets get pushed back to the get pushed to the budget based on their end of life, like I was mentioning, and we calculate the end of life based on their asset type policies, end of life and replacement costs for those. So these 2 right here. And from here, if you've done the asset cleanup already, there should be no blue, or if there is blue right here, it's probably firewalls, and those you can set up as far as end of life with a contract or a recommendation for those firewalls and network equipment. Okay, so I was talking about asset type policies, where you can set this up. So it is in account settings, asset type policies up here, and you can set this globally or per company standards. So I would do globally, because you have your own policy and your own costs for assets as far as your company is concerned. Please make sure that you're following that. The default lifespan is per policy as well. This is just default for us. We like to demo it out. Typically, this would be 60 months as a default to be included in a 5-year budget. Okay. If you click onto this one, this is where you'll be able to change it. So server, $12,000 replacement, default lifespan 72. Typically it's 60. I'll just go 60. Approaching end of life, 24 months, so 2 years. So you have the reason you wanted to turn yellow earlier is that you don't blindside your customers. If your best practices differ from this, of course, please change it. If it's only 1 year, if your tablet is a 1 year change, then make sure you change that. And then default approaching time period in months for warranty expiration is 6 for us. Warranty expiration is basically you can sometimes you can purchase warranties for devices. Of course, I have all this included in our data quality settings, so I can see it in the front. I'm gonna go ahead and save that. So as you can see, it's now 60 months for a 5-year budget on that. I do have all these other items here, like a router, servers, hardware as a servers, renewals, laptops. If you have a policy that differs laptops from workstation, please make sure you add new, and how you add it is up here. Add new, enter name, laptop, replacement costs as per policy for your company. Of course, the prices differ, like I was saying, from workstations and laptops. So make sure that the servers and virtual servers differ for yours as well. And that's just, for your own situation. Any questions on asset type policies so far? I know I'm rushing through this as fast as possible so I can get to a lot of things.
Are you under the asset list?
I am not.
I'm
not on the asset list. I'm sorry. I am on account settings, asset type policies.
Okay, thank you.
Yep. But this is where your asset list differs from everybody, like replacement cost when it turns end of life. Good question. Very good question. Any other questions?
And these assets sync over, right, from your PSA? Is that what the data source is?
Yes. So whatever your PSA is on integrations, we have ours on IT Glue, asset status mapping, or asset mapping, I'm sorry. Oh, of course, this is a demo site. We don't have an actual asset. So from here, you'll see the asset types as far as what gets captured as workstation, what get captured as laptops, servers, and data cleanup happens with that first integration. Have you been integrated already, Mike? Was that you asked that question? Yeah.
Yeah, we've been, we're actually a long-time LCI customer, but we've only really been using it for asset lifecycle stuff. And that needs to change pretty badly. So
okay,
I apologize.
No, not at all. Please, I'm re-putting my Calendly on the chat. Mike, book some time with me, and I can get you onboarded and started since you've been with us for a while, and I want you guys using our product to the best of your abilities, or to the fullest of your capabilities. So,
thank you.
Awesome. All right. So back to the asset list real quick. One of the things that I forgot to add on this one is the warranty replacement cost. Of course, you're gonna have to want to add those if you do warranty replacements. So from here in the gearbox on the asset list, gearbox, manage columns, warranty renewal cost is not plugged in. It might be for yours. So if you want to just leave it, leave it. And that just gives me a warranty renewal cost for my devices. This just gets added into the budget as well. So when we look at the budget board later, you'll be able to see it. Okay, to do a bulk update for budgets, I'm gonna go ahead and select, let's just say I'll select 4 items. And from here to choose an action right here. And, oh, sorry. And I'm gonna go ahead and update that to, sorry. Budget. Where's the budget button? Okay. I think it's going to be in recommendation. 1 second. Oh, that's what it was. Okay. So to bulk change warranty updates and all that good stuff. That's what I was going for. Sorry. So pick 4. I'm going to pick update warranty renewal cost. And from here, you can actually just update the price. I'm going to put 100 instead of the 99. Hit the update. And as you can see, it changes the warranty cost for those devices that I picked. Be sure to check for mission critical hardware that you require manufacturer's warranty. Make sure you have that warranty information because you don't want to blindside your customers. Of course, you double check your network equipment, switches, could be hundreds and thousands of firewalls, and you don't want to just all of a sudden give this to them and say we need to replace this or the warranty is over and we're going to need $1,000 worth to replace them. However, some items may not have an end of life. BDR by your managed services agreement covers it, so that's a contract. And if you want to remove those, you can actually remove them from. Do I have? Let's just make this as an example. This wireless router. I can remove the end of life for this. Save and close. Now that wireless router is no longer there. No EOL means it won't be part of the budget at all. So that's one thing. And if you don't want to show this, you can actually just select that and then put hide in reporting, update, and that router is gone. Of course, you can see it if you want to see it. Show only hidden assets. That wireless router is there. Replacement cost, I'll go ahead and change that over after this class is done. Things to check. Does your RMM differ between virtual and regular servers? And you have to look at the asset mapping on the account settings again. Reassign this asset, or you can reassign in the asset list as well, and then laptops and workstations. Okay, so that's all I have to say about data cleanup and budget. Do we have any questions so far about data on asset list? No questions? Am I going too fast for people? All right, I like it. Lou, let me ask you a question, Lou. You there? Did you leave? I think Lou left. Yeah. I was gonna call on him. He probably felt it. Awesome. So, all right. Budget items. I would say contracts, your own and third party should be added in the budget. If you're a ConnectWise Manage or Autotask shop, contracts will import. And if you want to, you can type in help and type in contracts. And these importing contracts from Autotask article, and you can download that and follow instructions so you can do that. Type of contracts that we usually import: ISP, VoIP, cloud apps like M365, Dropbox, line of business applications, copy and print, capture the cost of rentals and leases, MSP contracts, and maintenance for larger, warranty items like Meraki has a 2-year renewal for 10 devices. That's an example for maintenance. So you can add those in a contract. So you can give a total cost of ownership budget for your clients. And on budgets, recommendations happens as well on the budgets. Like I said, we are going to talk about that in week 4, and think of this as a pre-opportunities to actually just see what it is. Let's see, next week, we're going to dive into assessments. We'll have more recommendations there, so I can just show you real quick. So the 3 ways you can build recommendations is first in recommendations. So you can add a new one on the list. The second place you can build a recommendation is assessments. So from assessments, and I'm just going to pick one assessment for now, right here. If you go on to item detail, you can actually click on this and build a recommendation for your budget. And then the last one is on the asset list. If you click on a couple of these, you can choose an action, scroll all the way down, create a recommendation, and you can create a recommendation that will pop up on the budget. I'm going to share with you guys a typical what we include on the budget. This is going to be our contract flyer. So if you have contracts like this, or if you see contracts, those are the things that you can add on a budget, and suggested that you add on the budget, so that you can give your clients a total cost of ownership budget, and it gives you the ability to move around stuff as far as recommendations are concerned, because they have an existing spend on that month or that quarter or that year. Okay. All right, so I'm going to hit the budget forecast real quick. Typical budget forecast detail view is this one. And you can dig onto the workstation. These are all overdue. You can see these budgets, and the budgets are once again created because of the end of life for devices. So this we know the recommendations for here or the subscriptions end on February or March. So we have a Microsoft Verizon budget. One of our happiest life cyclers took over a client, and this client had multiple sites. These multiple sites got their own VoIP contract from somewhere else, and he asked for that contract. He asked for that information and aggregated all those sites, and he found that if he went, or if that company went with him and his VoIP contract, that they would be able to save that company over $3,000. So not only did he save that company, but save that company $3,000, but now he's been given a seat on the table and said, hey, if you saw that, what else can you see? What else can you provide for me? I believe he got a contract for a 106-figure contract from them because of what he's been doing and helping them out. All right, so these are the budget views, detail view, spreadsheet view. This spreadsheet view is probably the most powerful tool you can send to your client. This can be downloaded and exported to PDF and Word. So you can just show them, hey, Mr. Customer, this is at least for the next year, 6 quarters worth, and where your budget is. We have a 6,000 in January, March 2024. A whole bunch of your workstations will be end of life, and we'll need that $6,100 to replace. With their contracts and subscriptions, you see, this year it's not that bad. So I would say getting the workstations and network equipment changed over the next couple of months would benefit them, because it won't be as much for the next few years or few quarters. You can change that to a 5-year fiscal budget. You can change on reporting options from here, yearly, and we do 5 years. The reason we do 5 years at least on our demos because our default budgets for devices are 60 months. And then, oops, sorry, I don't mean to. Just went ahead and accepted that. So you can see, hey, Mr. Customer, 2024 is going to be huge. 2025, 2026, 2027 looks pretty good. Any questions so far on the budget view? The last one I'm going to tell you about is the budget board, which is a Kanban board. Any questions? Okay. So this is the budget board. It looks like you can move stuff around. We don't typically move stuff around on the budget board. Reason being is for example, this 11 workstation count. If we gave you the ability to move that, all the warranty expiration will be moved with it. And we don't want to stress you out to decipher which devices are actually on warranty and on end of life. You can do a movement in the recommendations board. So I can show you the budget roadmap board for it. And from here, if we had made a recommendation, I can move that and just drag and drop. So you can say, hey, Mr. Customer, this fancy name that makes my client care recommendation. The labor cost is $1,500, material cost is $5, the replacement cost is $1. When does that make sense for you to actually move that in your budget? Oh, you know what? Right now, 2024 Q1 makes more sense because we're not spending a lot. Drag and drop, and that changes the dates for the recommendation. Okay. Once again, lastly, as far as the budget board is concerned, just to hit back up, the budget board does not have a view that or an export that you can download. You can download, export PDF, CSV onto it, and you can save that to Report Locker if you want to give access to your clients, and you can just give them access to Report Locker files. That is pretty much it as far as budget forecast and all about budgets is concerned for this day. Do we have any? I'm going to stop recording so that if you guys have any questions pertaining to your company, it's not recorded.